Okay? Can natural born Gentiles be Israelites? All right. Who did Christ come to save?
Israelites at first.
At first. In the Bible, the Gentiles that Christ is coming to save, is it natural born Gentiles or Israelites that became Gentiles?
So that's my confusion. How can we say who are the Gentiles? How can we say who are the Gentiles? Like if they're not the nation? That's where we get the gospel of it being for everybody. He's talking to the Jews and the Gentiles. But what we get is that the Gentiles were supposedly spreaded Israelites. So I want to prove
supposedly?
I do want to prove it.
All right. So now I gotta ask you, have you read the Bible?
That's what I'm reading it. Yeah,
I'm saying, have you read the Bible?
The whole Bible, yeah.
That's the confusion. You haven't read the Bible. Let me ask you watch movies? You watch series of movies? Do you think those movies are worth your salvation? Not at all, right? Don't you think you go to college? You been to school? You graduated high school? So you went through 4 years of high school, right? 9, 10, 11, 12. Took you 4 years, did all of that. You can read the Bible in 1 year by reading 4 chapters a day. Don't you think you should read the Bible by now?
I read it. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't quote it, like, just off the top.
There's no problem. I couldn't quote it. You know what I'm saying? But me reading it, when I first read it, I understood this Bible is only for the children of
This is where
Israel.
my understanding is, like, how can we prove?
Gotcha. John chapter 7, verse 38. We're going to read a couple of them. All right? So you explain to me who this person that he's going to go teach. Read.
The book of John, chapter 7 and verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of it.
35.
Oh, sorry. Verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go? That we shall not find him. Will he go unto the dispersed?
What does it mean to be dispersed? Scattered. Right? So it says, whether will he go? Will he go to the dispersed?
Among the Gentiles.
The dispersed are among what people?
Except Gentiles, right?
The dispersed. What nationality is the dispersed? James chapter 1 and 1. So now we have to know the nationality of those that are dispersed. All right? James chapter 1 and verse 1.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which were scattered abroad.
So what are the nationality of those that were dispersed?
Well, does that mean that there are other tribes that were scattered as well?
At this time, yes, because remember, who went back to Jerusalem when King Cyrus gave them liberty to go back? A remnant of the northern kingdom, but these 3 tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Because remember, when you read Ezra, right? That's them leaving the Medo-Persian Empire and going to go build back the temple. Nehemiah, the building the walls around Jerusalem. You with me? So those were southern kingdoms. Because remember, the kingdom split into 2 kingdoms. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. These were the ones that were known as Jews. These were the ones that were known as strangers, Gentiles, heathens. Gotcha. Read.
Go back to the other verse.
Yeah, we're going to go back to it. Yeah.
The book of John, chapter 7 and verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
So who is he teaching that are Gentiles? So what did he say he would be? Who is he teaching? He said, will he go amongst the dispersed that are among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
That are among the Gentiles?
He said they're among the dispersed that are among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles. Which Gentiles was he teaching? The natural born ones or the ones that became Gentiles? How did they become Gentiles? Second Maccabees 6 and 6. This is history. You have to know the Bible. You have to know what happened. Remember, the Bible is a history book. It's world history. It's not made up. You can go into these other people's history and pull out what the Bible is saying. This is a history book. People think it's a religious book. No, it's a history book. You with me? You found your verse?
I didn't find the verse about Simon fishing on the Sabbath, but I did find about how Jesus exposed the hypocrisy of the religious leaders who focused on a rigid.
What you talking about? Matthew 23?
Yeah, he's talking about when he plucked the ear of corn.
About how Jesus
Matthew 12?
forms healing on the Sabbath.
That's Matthew 12.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of them. There's Mark 3, 1.
Yeah, it's just repeating those different passages.
So yeah, which was a day of rest in the Jewish tradition.
Yeah, but they weren't working. I'll teach that next. Just bear with me, right? So let's read that.
First Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
Because during the time of Christ, what empire was ruling? Romans. Romans was ruling. All right. During the time of the Maccabees, who was ruling? All right. I gotta do quick history. All right. Babylon. Right. Who was ruling? Nebuchadnezzar. After Babylon fell, who ruled next? The Medo-Persian Empire. Right. We also got the Romans. Right. What was before the Romans? Who ruled between Medo-Persia and Rome? Come on now. The Greeks. Good. Now, if this is a history book, we should be able to find the Greeks, right? Maccabees 1 and 1. Who ruled the first over Greece? Come on now. There's a movie on him. He called syphilis because he was going in men's behind. Oh, y'all ain't know about him? The first one to conquer for the European people. Alexander the Greek. They say the Great, but he was a Greek. Read.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened, after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
The Bible's a history book. It's telling you, this is the complete book from that they first translated, 1611 King James Bible. They took this history out of the Bible. That's why a lot of people are confused about who the Gentiles are in the New Testament. Now let's find out how they became Greeks. Back to 2 Maccabees 6 and 6.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
If you couldn't profess yourself to be a Jew, what you had to call yourself? You had to call yourself a Gentile name. Read.
And in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint.
So if we was brought by bitter constraint on a king's birthday, that means we weren't celebrating what? Birthdays. It wasn't our tradition. Read.
By bitter constraint to eat the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Moreover,
that's carnival today. We was forced to do that. Now we willingly do it. Read.
Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves.
What does the word conform mean? Change into, right? Conform. To assimilate. If you don't conform to what?
Conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
So, if they didn't conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles, what would happen? They would be put to death. So to stay alive, what must you do? Become a what? You understand?
Check it out.
That's why, go to Corinthians or Romans 12 and 2.
So
This is the history. No, this is the, you remember it said the Jews, right? The Jews had to conform themselves. Would the other nations care? Nah, I'm already doing what the hell I want to do. The Jews were the only people that were keeping God's commandments. They were the only people on earth that had laws contrary to everybody else's. Everybody else was already worshiping other gods, sacrificing their children. We were the only ones that weren't. That's why they was like, no, we need to get rid of the demon. You understand? That's the history that nobody knows. Yeah, 12 and 2.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 2. Ye know that ye were.
You don't want me to deal with that Matthew 12?
I gotta go back to work. I'm here.
Are you leaving? You answered it? No, you need more. Watch this. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols.
How were they carried away unto them dumb idols? They were forced to. Because if you did it, what would happen? You died. And not only that, you have to think, we was raised underneath the laws of God. Think about it. You never seen, you know how women show their breasts today? That wasn't going on in Jerusalem. You ain't see thighs. So imagine you going to a Greek city. You having to serve slavery in a Greek city, and you're seeing sheer dresses. You can see the breast through the shirt. You can see the behind the bottom. What is it going to do to you as a man that never seen these things before? You're going to run to it. You're like, damn, this is what they doing orgies out in the street? You remember, you had to wait for marriage. Now they're out here just slinging it. You understand? That's why we tell our people, listen, you really don't know how bad it got for us to be living this way. We would never, as a people, to think for another man to sleep with another man. We would never think that way. The things you think, the way that you dress, the way that you think, they put that in your head. Think about it, right? Who controls the music industry? The Caucasians. Media, the Caucasians. Everything that we do, the way that we dress, they put that in our heads. The way that the women talk to the men today, they see that on movies. They see that on shows. Our abuelas never talked to each other like that. Our grandmas and grandfathers never talked to each other like that. When did we start being disrespectful to one another? Calling our women bitches and hoes. Where did we learn these things from? TV. Because your parents had to work a 9 to 5. They were barely there. And guess who taught you? Television. They told you their vision. For you, what told you that all you could do is play sports? That all you could do is shake your behind? Why is our women, the first thing they do when you put a camera up, they shake their ass? Where did they learn this from? Our women can't even salsa no more. They don't even know how to traditionally dance anymore. All they know how to do is twerk. Our women can't even cook. They burn water. They burn grease now. You eat ramen noodles Monday through Sunday.
All right, second question.
What's your second
I was
question?
asking them, every Israelite don't believe this God, believe in Jesus is God.
Yeah, every Israelite don't believe that Jesus is God. Some people say that Christ was just a prophet. He wasn't the God that we always dealt with. Give me that in John, where it says that at no time, no one ever heard his voice, nor seen his figure. So we always dealt with the Messiah. Jesus Christ is God the Son. We never dealt with God the Father. That's why when you read John 1, it tells you that all things was made through him. God the Father just sits on the throne. He got angels to deal with what he wants to happen. Just like if you're a CEO, you don't really got to do nothing.
5:37.
Yep, read that. Watch this.
This is the book of John, chapter 5 and verse 37. And the Father himself, which hath sent me, hath borne witness of me. Ye have neither heard his voice at
So whenever you read that, oh, God's voice came from heaven, that was his messengers. Because when they come to give a message, it's just like, it's just like if you kill the king's messenger, it's like you disrespected the king. It's the same way. So at no time have you ever dealt with God the Father. But everybody came in his name and he had the same authority. You with me? Read.
John chapter 5 and verse 37. And the Father himself, which hath sent me, hath borne witness of me. Ye have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape.
So we never heard his voice, nor seen his shape. So when he was on the mount, who was he talking to? When Christ was baptized and he spoke from heaven, this is my beloved son who I'm well pleased in, who was that talking from heaven? When he was transfigured at the mount, who was that speaking from heaven, saying, no, don't listen to Moses, don't listen to Elijah, hear ye him? Who was that speaking? It was the angel speaking in the name of God. You understand? At no time have we ever dealt with the Father. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. Watch this. Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us is
read it again now.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God.
The what?
The Mighty God.
Why is they calling Jesus Christ the Mighty God? Read.
The Everlasting Father.
Why is they calling him the Everlasting Father? Read.
The Prince of Peace.
Why did they say a son is given? A child is born, and on his shoulders shall be the government. Why are they calling him the Everlasting Father? The Almighty God. Because he's the God that we dealt with. He's the God that created the whole earth.
That's right.
You understand? He's not God. He's not God the Father. He's God the Son.
Right.
We refer to him as Father.
Right.
Because he's the one that we've always been dealing with.
Right.
But he came in the name as what? He came in the name as the Father. Because every time we dealt with him, who did he give glory to? The Father.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.